I was gonna start off this video talking about the new summertime update, the secret changes, and little bits that have been included. But overall, to put it in a gist, the update's really underwhelming. I'm, hoping an update comes next month or so, or maybe, because it seemed really underwhelming. So I'm guessing they sprinkle us something before the actual community update 3 drops. So I want to talk about the Dying Light point situation. As before, I was really optimistic, and regarding the leaks of it, thinking they would do better. I really don't know. I'm guessing that they didn't have the time to quickly change it despite that. But then again, the leaks of it was months ago. But then again, we didn't know how the payment method would work in regarding to the system. And yeah, to say I'm disappointed is very putting it lightly. And this really does put in the fear of Dying Light 2's future in the sense of how they go about microtransactions. At the moment, it's not necessarily, quote, pay to win, as there really is no PvP mode, but from the abilities and other bundles I've seen, I'd say it doesn't really provide any PvE advantage. If it all depends on if there was a PvP mode, how it would interact with other players. But even then, it doesn't really matter. I'm been really disappointed. I know I'm like this new Dying Light 2 YouTuber, new kid on the block and whatever, but I played Dying Light since about 2016, and I had such a good time because I used to first play Xbox before I actually hit PC. So I played a lot of console. I beat the following in the main story countless times. I played Be the Zombie a bit more on Xbox than I did on PC, and my only regret is not playing Be the Zombie sooner and more frequently. But other than that, I've really liked uploading Dying Light 2 content. I really like the game. I really had a lot of good theories, speculations, a lot of good. I feel like I had content to give you guys. So with all these almost 1,000 hours of the gameplay, I figured why not make content? It's been doing really good. You guys been really amazing in the comments. I love the criticism. I love the ideas you guys bring to the table. And now with this Dying Light point situation, I don't know. This really looks bad when it's been publicly known that the CEO outright gives himself huge bonuses than any developer is ever going to see in any industry, in any company. And then they want to turn around and be like, oh yeah, we partnered with Tencent to help with development, despite that money that the bonus was given could have went back into development. I don't know of any human being who needs around $200 million to themselves or their family. But in regards to that money could have went back into development, and we could have got way better updates, or maybe they could have risked another delay and the game would have been out in a cleaner fashion. But they have stated in an announcement in the official Dying Light 2 Discord that they will basically talk about the feedback they've been gathering, and that one solution they were working on is an option to purchase individual items from existing bundles to buy with your leftover Dying Light points. They once again state that there are bundles that they can be bought for under $500. Whoa, 500 points, and that an AMA will be coming next week or the week after with Team Musmectala. This solution really does feel like they're walking around the issue instead of facing it head on. Other Dying Light YouTubers and the community have preached their fears even before this release, and even regarding the leaks and on release. Techland really does need to take this as a lesson to work closer to the community on bringing significant changes like these that may rupture the tide of the player base, which it exactly did. It did just that. The leaks, people were very adamant. Everyone was adamant. There was nobody, probably the handful of people defending it. Like I was truly optimistic before, because I'm all about, supporting the developers and, trying to find non-intrusive predatory ways to bring money back to them. You give me a good game, I'll gladly throw you money, no questions asked. You gave me a good experience and you continue to improve on the game, bring new features, bring good updates. There's nothing more that needs to be said on that. When they do stuff like this where it's clearly predatory and they're literally going the route that every other game in the industry regarding microtransaction does, that's a problem. They earned the respect so highly, not just because it was, of course it was a good game. Dying Light 1, good game. Dying Light 2, despite its issues, is a good game. But they have a history of actually listening to the community and caring of what they have to say. Features, this feedback in general, they've always been so good, and that's how they got their respect at the utmost. Anyone who's grew up with Techland knows feedback is first. They listen to the community. With this, it feels like such a big smack in the face, a spit in the face. it feels like nothing but disrespect. Not just me, but everybody who's been, you know, playing this for years, who either grew up with it or they just started making content. They support the game. They want to see the game, you know, pop off. They want to see it grow. But then when you're outright doing, like, you're literally doing the things Fortnite does. You're doing exactly that. It's exactly what Fortnite does. Their exact same system. You buy a piece of something, you get the bundle you want. Now you have 100 or 200 V-Bucks left over, which you can't really spend unless it's some little TikTok emote. Like, who cares? They were meant to be the change. They weren't meant to be a part of it. I really hope this gets a massive rework. My idea was to add a 50 DL point bonus to the $5 that may fix it, but it feels like such a minor issue that I think another idea could be made of, with every 100 download points, it could be $1. Set your own custom amount. If you want 1,000, that's $10 right off the bat. Give more room for the people who actually just want to buy the bundle. They don't want to have stuff left over. Especially when it comes to a financial situation. Let's say someone has a little $5 left over. That $5 should easy go in a bundle. That's it. They don't have to worry about whatever leftover they have. They don't have to worry about, you know, whether they have to buy another pack for the bundle. They don't have to worry about any of that. Let the people have more. Give them more in the sense of freedom. Freedom is so much in their expendable income, basically. A lot of Dying Light YouTubers seem to be leaving or taking a break, and that's what really sad. Especially when it's people you've grown up with, or you know, you're just now finding them out and you're enjoying their content, and they're just ready to leave. And that's what sucks the most. Because Techland knows better. They know, and the fact that they're dragging, this is clearly a PR movement. I'm not gonna say this lightly. Like I said, I've always been optimistic. This is outright a PR movement. I'm gonna say it as it is, blank statement. I'm gonna say it as real as it can be. This is nothing more than a PR statement, so T-Moan can take all the heat. But the moment this dropped, so many other people got heat when they're not even involved. Community managers, developers, that's no. You want to give feedback, you want to give harsh constructive criticism. That's not how you go about it. You're basically attacking or going after the wrong people who have nothing to do with it. And I know for a fact, T-Moan of all people did not want this system to be the way it is. And I know the developers, they want to give us a good game. They want us to have an enjoyable experience. But if there's not enough money going into the actual development team, then there's no motivation and there's no drive to even do anything that they have. You know, they may have tons of ideas they want to bring to totally switch up the game. But if there's no money, there's bad management, it's just overall a garbage environment. No one in any other job position is going to want to deal with it or have as much energy or passion that they had before. Techland needs to be better and do better from this. This is outright ridiculous. And in regarding to my content, I'll still make videos, but if Techland is not going to drastically change the system, or they're not going to, you know, deliver on actual fulfilling updates that we wait a good 2 months for. Remember, back then we used to get monthly updates. We got some chapters, and then we would also get massive bug fixes and little features here and there. But those 2 months I rooted for. It gave them more time to develop. We waited 2 months for this summertime update. That's ridiculous. Plus, that came to DL points. They claimed it was phase 1. I really hope phase 2 changes that up, because they said X-rays were phase 1 as well, and they don't look different to me, unless there's little tweaks here and there I haven't pointed out. But they don't look different. In regards to back to my content, like I said, if Dying Light's gonna go the way it's gonna go, then I'll just branch out my content some more. I won't close this chapter because it's still a pretty early chapter in my quote YouTube career, but I'll try to post some other games, so if that's what you guys want to see. I know X Defiant's coming out very, very soon, and I enjoyed the beta, and I played really well, so if you guys want to see that, let me know. I'll gladly post gameplay of that. But regarding the Dying Light 2, still make videos here and there. I try to keep a schedule of every other week, and I'll just have to branch my content onto other games and see what happens. I really hope you guys stick for the ride with me, and I want you guys to not just watch for the content, but also feel like you're either learning something or I gave you something to think about, whether it's a theory or a speculation, or little breadcrumbs here and there that may turn actually be something good. Because even if we have very little regarding DLC 2 news, I still try to use the world to try to possibly connect certain dots, or hey, maybe this is a new location due to XYZ. You know, I try my best to not just regurgitate content or nitpick that I don't want to do. I want to make hard-hitting theories with actual well thought out speculation. And I once again thank everyone who subscribed, liked, and gave me amazing comments. I read them all, and I love them all. And I do also take the criticism regarding my content to heart, because I do want to be better, not just for me, but for you guys as well. I want you guys to be entertained. That's pretty much my rant. After that, we just have to see what Techland does. But I don't know, this AMA, I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna read it when it comes out. If T-Mode isn't allowed to say what he wants to say, or Dynamite Points will not take spotlight of the situation, then Techland's just shooting themselves more in the foot. And yeah, that'll be it. See ya.